I'm Jake Bruton, and today on the Build Show, we're at our Hilltop Arrow House, but I want to talk about 3 things that every job site gets when we build a new house. Okay, so those 3 things. Number 1, behind us is the portable bathroom. You can't have people on site without a bathroom. Number 2 is our dumpster, because we are going to generate trash. And number 3 is our job trailer. And on this job, we actually have 2 job trailers. This one is our office and storage, and the other one is our tool trailer. For here, this thing kind of serves 2 functions. So at start of foundation and framing, this is my office or the project manager's office, and we have laminated sets of plans. We have a printer, we have a place to turn on our laptop and sit and work, and sometimes we're here just to answer questions when they come up from the framer or the concrete guy, and we may be doing paperwork for another project because we have an office, but it gives us the ability to be here and accessible, and that is a huge benefit in the project management standpoint. So number 1, it's our place for all of our information and for us to be able to be present and be on the site and be able to answer questions. As we transition into stages beyond framing, most of the function of the office side of this actually moves inside, and we'll go in and look in a second, and this becomes a little bit more storage. We have things like sturdy mount blocks or zip tape or Sega stuff that you can see behind me that it's coming in special order. It needs to be here ahead of time, and there's no reason for us to take it to our shop that's 30 minutes away and it not be here on the day that we need it. So it turns into a storage facility, and it's actually fairly empty now because we just had windows come in and we've moved a bunch of stuff inside. But one of the coolest parts of this trailer in particular is our storage cabinet here. So this storage cabinet is insulated, and this has anything that we don't want to freeze. So we can put all of our batteries in here at the end of every day, and this 100-watt light bulb will keep this thing warm enough that we can leave compressor, spray paint, sealants, anything we want in here. And it's just plywood, and we cut the doors tight enough that they spring closed. So we have storage, we have heated storage, we have storage for other materials, and we have all of our plans and everything at hand here. So let's go inside and take a look at what our inside setup looks like now that we're moving the office and the project management site inside. I'll meet you inside. Okay, so as we transition to this being a conditioned space, all of this stuff moves inside if possible, if we can find the space for it. A lot of times we'll set up in the living or the dining room where it's a big open space. They're not going to be needing a ton of access. Here we've chosen this corner because we actually have some water supply lines on the ground, and we were like, heck, let's just set up over top of those, and then they're protected less people might bump into them. So all of this is about communication. We will always have a set of plans sitting here. We'll always have our schedule sitting here so that anybody can see it. We have a whiteboard. This whiteboard actually normally would have every contractor that's on the job's phone number and contact information and the client's information and our permit stuff. We wiped all that clean so that it wasn't on video. We also have a lot of just detail-oriented stuff. So we have others and ours folders. So this is if we need to communicate with the plumbers, we can put stuff up there and note, hey, when you get on site today, if I'm not there, make sure you check the folder. We have our marking paint. So we detail our air barrier, and everybody has to ask questions using spray paint and get things approved. So we have the paint here and ready for people as they're going to need it. We will keep a job file that actually has a ton of the same sort of information in it. That job file has what toilets we're using, what pedestal sink we're using, what bathtub. So even those things aren't on site, the framers can look at that and go, okay, we need to add blocking for that, and it's this height because we have the install instructions. So we're going through and printing those instructions before the stuff even gets here. It's all about communication. Fire extinguisher, leaf blower, shop vac, trash bag with trash cans. During COVID, we have masks and gloves here. And then we tend to have a rotating stock of like what's the next thing we're going to need fastener-wise. So because we got windows in the last week or so, we have the window install hardware. So if we need anything else at this point, All of our hardware is still sitting here waiting to be used. This is where we know it is, so that when the project manager is on site and somebody says, oh, I need 3-inch screws, we can say, oh yeah, we have 3-inch screws in the trailer. You don't have to make a run to the hardware store. Generally speaking, this is where all of our on-site conversations start, is we're looking at the plans and then we're headed to talk about what it is that we need to talk about. This time of year, the only other thing that we really add in is we add in a bucket of ice melt. The pro tip is put it in a bucket, because if the bag gets wet, then ice melt starts to dissolve, and it's not useful if it's dissolved. So all of this is communication. All of the trailer out there is communication plus storage, and then it's just being prepared. There's a bathroom, there's a container, a trash bin, and then there's the materials we need when we need them, and the ability for all of us to communicate and interact properly on the job site. This little thing, I believe, saves me thousands of dollars on every job, because the plans are right here. They're not in the trailer where I have to expect the framer every morning when he gets here to go out there and get in the trailer and get the plans out. This makes it easier. This makes it simpler. If I can reduce that barrier of entry for anything, it makes our opportunity for success better. And if the answers are here, then we don't have to wait for an answer from a subcontractor or wait for an answer from your contractor. You can go to where you know the information is, and we have access and we have better communication, making a more successful project. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's jake.bruton on Instagram. Don't forget to check out Wade Paquin, Brent Hull, Steve Basic, and Matt Rasinger. They are putting up one new video a week on the Build Show Network. The content is amazing. I'm happy to be involved. Thanks for watching on the Build Show. I'm Jake Bruton from the Hilltop Aero House. Till next time, thanks.